because we were definitely going to have like the buying brigade coming in at some point during the day. Happened. What time did it happen? Happened around 11:30. Buying brigade came in, and the cues like I pointed out in my I keep pointing out in my swing trading videos. The cues are the strong index. So any bounce back was definitely going to be led by the cues. The you did get a nice. I didn't catch this, but there is a nice little head and shoulders pattern here on the SPY. Came down at 11, had a bit of a bounce, rejected the previous day low, pulled back a little bit lower, came back up again to the neckline, dropped a little, and then made a higher low, and then we were off to the races. You can pretty much see that on the 5-minute. Yep, there you go, right there. See, that's a really nice. That's a really nice. Yeah, 12:29. What was that? That was a previous day. That was like Tuesday's. I think that was Tuesday's low, if I'm not mistaken. But that's a really nice pattern to trade off of. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch the rise back up until later in this move. But it's just typical of this market. At some point, the buying brigade comes in. I don't know if it's the Fed or if it's algos or it's just the challenge. The problem is there's a lot of people that have been caught off guard by this rally we've had since March, and I think there's still a lot of people that don't have money in the market that wish they had. So every time you get a pullback, but TQQQ is definitely, you should be, if you're looking for bounce back, you can go watching the Qs, because if you look at all the indexes, the Qs are the ones that are making new highs. So we're getting a pretty significant pullback. Look at that, Microsoft. I won't use that. I won't use that superlative. Yeah. Yeah. See, if I'd have stuck with, I just felt like it was going to squeeze. I hung through it on that first pop, but then I thought, anyway, look at that. It's going to go down to, we're right at previous day high. Question is, are we going to lose that from here? Kind of looks like it, eh? SPY is going lower. Yeah, SPY is going lower. Yeah. Yep. It's definitely heading lower. Yeah. Okay. Nice. What was so? What's is there something? What am I missing? Something? What's the holiday? Am I? Is there a holiday or something? Or oh, okay, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. White. Yeah. No, I just I did another short here on Microsoft, so I'm going to cover here at 213. Yes, here we go. All right, there. See, I made a revenge trade for stopping me out. Don't get away with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, seriously, I mean, I could say that, I only want to trade rising devil trades because those are the ones that I can almost bat 100 on those. And we had a really nice setup for one today on WBA, and I really, it kind of takes I honestly, I mean, it takes the wind out of my sails a little bit when I have, I start out the day in a rising devil trade, works out really well, you know, and I'm looking at and I look at my P&L and I think, well, why do I really want to trade anymore today? And then it kind of got dry. There wasn't a lot to trade. So yeah, I mean, you can do that. The downside is, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of rising devil trades lately. So there'll be a lot of days if I just said, oh, I'm just going to trade that one pattern. That there'd be a lot of days I wouldn't be trading at all. At all. That's the downside of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we've been saying, unless, and Chris made a good point there too. You know, if you don't know what your strategy is when you're trading, you're going to lose 80% of those trades if you don't have a strategy. If you're just thinking, oh, this is going to go down or this is going to go up. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's true. That's true, Emily. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Now, are you talking about also? Are you talking about John's? Is John the one that I can't remember? Is John the one that used the alerts on DAS? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't use the alerts on, or haven't used the alert feature on DOS, but I after I saw him using it or looking at it, I've been playing with it a bit. Um, I've just set an alert on, yeah, I just set an alert on Microsoft, just an experimental one, just to, if it gets back above the VWAP, I'll see if it triggers. It may not get above the VWAP here, but that's, yeah, exactly. That would be the good thing about it. Yeah. Let's see what this thing. Greater than. I'm, I'm gonna have. Yeah. What is? What, okay. WD-40. Yeah. Well, we're really getting into some. Yeah, we're really getting into our stuff in the next week or so. Our earnings. All right. Okay. So I got my alert. got my alert on Microsoft. I had to change it to making it over to 1350 sound. Something weird about my computer. It doesn't make any sounds. Don't know why. You can always use WD-40. That's right, Manny. Maybe that's what my computer needs to make it make a sound. Hey, there you go. So what's Neo doing? Sometimes things just get so squirrely, you just can't watch them anymore. Neo's. I found Neo like that yesterday. Yeah, so I just thought I'm not going to bother playing around with it today. Just like the airline stocks and these um, cruise line stocks, they just started getting too squirrely for my liking. I know Andrew kept trying to play them, and I just thought, I can't do that anymore. Space is lifting off, liking that. Diddly doodly. I like that. I like space. I like space. You don't like space. Yeah. I just don't, yeah, what did it, there was that announcement about all the people they're laying off. Talking about that this morning, just crazy number of people just because it just doesn't seem like things are going to go back to normal anytime soon. Where are you? Are you in an area where they're getting some more breakouts there? Because California's been not great, eh? Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, it did. Mm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know they're doing that here too. Yeah, they're taking parking lots and turning them into outdoor dining areas. I'm guessing. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's pretty typical. Exactly. Well, there's a huge number of people that said they wouldn't even take a vaccine. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I'm looking here to see if there is something that might be interesting to hold over. Um, Qs are green here. SPY is down. So the story remains the same. Technology leading the way higher. Qs down. Small caps down, or I should say SPY down, small caps down. I'm guessing the Dow is down. BA's down 3.7%.
So I just did a couple sound adjustments for everybody out on YouTube. Can you hear me now? There's been an echo that I've been having to deal with the last couple of days, so I've been messing with it. So I wanted, I just saw the message that they couldn't hear from me, but now let's see if they can hear. Let's see. They can hear you, Brian. It's just me that I think they're having trouble hearing. So, there we go. So we got it fixed. There we go. No more echo, I'm hoping, either in YouTube. So, yeah, so we got about 12 minutes left in the market. It's good. Going in, market is going back. You in any trades right now, Brian?
Just the space. People are asking me if I'm going to hold on to it. Yeah, I am going to hold on to some.
Gonna hold in the
space. Yeah, that's one I'm going to keep. I think I'm really liking this one. Whoa, SPY. Turn around, turn back, and SPY's
bouncing.
up.
Did you get your Microsoft alert? Did it trigger?
Yep. Yeah,
awesome.
Like I said, my computer has never made any sound since I got it. I don't know why. Refuses to talk. Yeah, but I did get the alert on the screen, so I can.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to use. Not that difficult to set up.
So, going to bring up before we get into this last 10 minutes where the market's going to get crazy, bring up today's member trade of the day. Matthew V in our chat room, he took this break of the high of the day on Roku early in the day. And what I really like about this is John and Jared in the chat room, we were all having a conversation on the stop and the profitability of this strategy. And we were talking about how the stop loss really determines your risk to reward. And as you can see here, he's got a fairly tight stop, which allowed him to get some decent profits on the way up. And if you look at the 5-minute, you can tell he took that up way up before the market kind of started to sell off. So it was a really nice trade. I was looking at this exact same trade. I got into Baba short at the time, but I ended up placing my stop all the way down here, and you can kind of see, and when I say down here, I'm saying at like the 139.50. So you can definitely tell how the profitability gets affected with the range of your stop loss. So definitely great trade, good trade management. I like also how you were up. I'm going to take a screenshot here just so y'all have that for 1 sec. There you go. Now it's back on there. A very good profitability that he got out of there. And he was able to hold through the pullback all the way to where it almost came to a stop, and he didn't get scared out. So great job, Matthew V. Excellent. I believe he's still or somewhere in the chat with us today.
Cool. Nice one.
So we'll get back to the market as it big pop up and then another pop down. So And it's good. I think I finally got these settings out because I no longer have an echo. YouTube can hear me. Chat room, I don't think you are getting an echo either. So, one interesting thing I noticed today because I uploaded Skype. If anybody uses Skype, if you upload the newest version, they are becoming quite like Zoom, believe it or not. In that now you can add pictures to your background so you can zoom it out. And one a very interesting feature I found is you can now share your screen, but instead of having to do your whole desktop, you can actually just pick an individual window to share with everybody. So you can have multiple things up, but only the person on the other end can only see one thing. So competition's coming for Zoom.
Space is looking really nice as we
Space.
go out
Oh,
the
yeah.
day.
SPY heading up to the top. Yeah, Bobby. Great point, Bobby N, about that first partial, because you are absolutely correct in that. And let me pull something up here just a sec, because I want to talk about because.
Yeah, I
Let's
did see
see.
that. It really went up. Almost got to $5 there, eh? What do we got here? 5 minutes left.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes left. Going in as it's going, I'm going to leave that up. But Bobby, I definitely, after the market closes, I want to pull up Roku because, like I mentioned, I had that trade on, but I took Baba instead, so I canceled the order out. But in all honesty, you know how Peter always talks about always making sure that you. I got the wrong screen up. Sorry, everybody. Pulling up the right one for you. There you go. There we go. We got the right one up there. How he always talks about you have to really be honest with yourself about the trade when you look back on trades that you would have, could have taken. And to be honest, I don't think I would have gotten that Roka move. I would have either gotten a partial like you, Bobby, and gotten out, or I would have stopped out completely of the trade if I had not taken that partial. And then I would have watched it run against me all day long and been frustrated all day. So space is just continues to climb into the close.
Mm-hmm.
So we got about 4 minutes left in the market. If you're still holding some trades, just be cautious unless you want to hold them over as a swing trade.
Interesting.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond, they definitely went down all day long. Pull them up after the market as well. They're down
that was the
24%. So
Just looking here to see see if there is something else. Just looking at T-Bio. Came up on a scan. It's not, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, I'm not reading. I don't know.
Just kind of staying flat
Something
there.
Yeah, it's down on the day. It's right on a moving average. Again, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on that one. If it starts to turn around tomorrow, might be worth keeping
an eye on.
There. Blue Apron came off quite a bit today. Did it? Or no? Yeah, it did. Cure, not so good. CyberArk, CYBR has made a nice breakout above the 200-day moving average today. Probably good for a continuation move.
Zoom was the other one that John had left us with. Let's see if that, nope, that didn't quite make it back up to the high of the day that he was looking at. Billy Baba just kind of went sideways for most of the day. Same with Baidu. So coming up on the last minute of trading, everybody, if you're in a trade, make sure you're getting out of your position. Don't get stuck after the bell unless it is your intent and your trading plan to take a swing trade overnight. It's always good. Again, we already went through the earnings. There isn't much on there to pay attention to. Nothing that's going to really take up our time or our resources. So,
yeah,
nothing really there. So, last 20 seconds.
SPY is not really doing much, and Space is just going to go out around 1940 by the looks of it. Nice strong close to the day.
Yeah, everything just kind of limping in.
Yeah, so there we go. And a little pop right at the close on SPY, and that's it. So, there we go. And that's all she wrote. See what looks good. Peloton had another strong day.
Peloton did.
Nikola was up a bit today.
And you had Peloton, didn't you, on your watch list?
Yeah. Just always jumps so much gaps at the open. I hate to chase it. Snap was interesting day.
Yeah, Snap kind of sold off at the morning, headed down.
Yep.
Interesting story on Snap. If you didn't see in the chat yesterday, I was ecstatic yesterday after a long 3 years of painful Snap position that my wife got into. We were finally able to get out at break even. So.
Oh, nice. Geez, look at, and AMD. I don't know if Peter stuck with AMD all day. Wow. It was literally on fire right from the get-go.
Yes, AMD was a good one as well. I know we had members.
It didn't really. It was.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I was just going to say it went out yesterday near the day high, and it really didn't do much in the pre-market. Took a little bit of a dip when the market opened, and then it just took off.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that we did have some members trade this WBA today, which came off earnings from yesterday, or they had earnings this morning. Yeah. But some nice, good short trades in this, as you can tell here. Nice opening range
Yeah,
breakdown with the
that was
pullback that we got going into it.
that was the Rising Devil trade. That was the
Yeah.
one I did right at the open.
Yep. Excellent trade
So
on that. The other stocks we had on our watch list, BBY, as you can tell, sold off very quickly. Right from the open, sold off, never even really gave any real opportunity for an entry. FSLY finally was able to break over that $100 mark. I know Carlos was mentioning the last few days. If you look at the daily on this, it's really been pushing up, and it really wanted to get up to that $100 level. So that one was looking nice. NKLA, for the most part, let me zoom out here, get the whole day. It chopped around at the open, pretty tough to trade that. Neo, as Brian already discussed, it's starting to get like the cruise lines where you got to really wait for it, tough at the open. CCL was there. Did CCL seem to trade a little bit cleaner than it has in the past few days? I did not catch. I know Thor was having some computer issues today, so I didn't see if he was able to take any trades on that. Baba was a trade that I took a break of the low day on it, got a couple good partials out of it, and then I mentioned, Brian, you called. Let me pull up the 1 minute on Baba here. Go back to the open. You called a double bottom on this as well. Where was it? Yeah, you called this double bottom here, going in right around 10 o'clock. So everybody can see it was really holding this 258 level. And when I heard that, I started re-looking at it and saying, you know what, Brian's got way more experience than me. I'm taking his advice, and I just cleared my position out as.
See, and I wasn't feeling overly aggressive at that point, so I didn't take the trade. But I'm glad. I know some people did, including you, which always happy to make people money.
That's, you made me money. I got out of my short position on it, so it was good there.
It's almost as much fun as making money myself, making other people money.
And then the big trade of the day was Roku and Bobby N. As you know, this was the one that I mentioned I wanted to talk about. I'm going to throw up a daily on this because this is what really caught everybody's eye this morning. Sorry for all these lines. I had to add them in. As you can see, Roku blew through everything today. I didn't start out with all these on there. But it was this one right here. This solid purple line that seemed to be the solid line across that Roku on the daily just looked really nice with. And right at the beginning, it just really broke through that. I was looking for this high of the day break that John took. John was there. A lot of our members took. I had actually got into the Baba trade, so I took it off. But going back to that stop loss and where you place it, I would have placed my stop here. I don't think I would have got the first partial because I would have been looking to take the first partial right here at 141. And when this second candle, as we discussed yesterday, closed below that break, I would have gotten out when it made this new 1 minute low. I would have just, looking back in my journal, it just tells me that it's typically going to try to test that. It did not today, and it ran, but I think I would have been, I'm glad I did not get into that trade because I think it would have been more frustration than positive, even though we had a lot of traders trade this very, very well. Roku never looked back. I had to put all kinds of support lines on here after it started off going back just to try to keep up with it every time that it just kept rising and rising and rising. So that is our recap for there. So we'll close today's show out with our announcements. Peter is not here today to do it, but he did that wonderful webinar yesterday on from the beginning,
Yeah.
setting up a trade plan.
Yeah. Good.
I mean,
good. I was on that. It was excellent.
Yes, excellent. Had great systematic approach to setting it up and what you should be looking at and how to schedule out that trade plan. So that is something that we definitely, if you missed it, look up. It should be posted up in the success webinar room so that you can do it. Next week, we'll have Jared talking about trends, different days, different ways. I'm looking forward to that. So maybe I can get in on this Roku trade a little bit earlier and hold it all day long as it just trends nicely up. And then next week, I'll be going into Module 1, Defining Yourself as a Trader, starting the series all over again for any of our traders that are just getting into the psychology, any new members we have, or anybody that has not seen it before. For everybody out there on YouTube, I'm glad that I finally got the sound fix. Apologize for that. Interested in joining Bear Bull Traders? You can check us out for a 1-week trial. Use the discount code PREMARKET24 to receive a discount at checkout. This gives you access to our chat room, or some of our educational materials, as well as our onboarding class that Carlos presents every Monday. So highly encourage you to sign up for that either at the beginning of the week so you can take advantage, because it is only good for 7 days. And then last but not least, we have our Bear Bull Traders Talk with Traders podcast that releases podcasts with our radio voice, Peter, every 2 weeks. So you should be looking to see the next one released next week. So if you're into podcasts, please join us, follow us, and give us a like. With that, to everybody out there on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We will not be here tomorrow, as there's really nothing going on near the close of the bell on a Friday, and it's just more of a beer drinking time. Let's call it that on a Friday. But we look forward to seeing you all back here on Monday, and please subscribe, like, and share our links.